welcome Juli Fellows.
Thank you, David. Good morning. This is so exciting to have so many of you here and so many people who contribute to the vitality of our city. So I want you to leave today knowing that there are 5 different approaches to conflict. None of them is bad all the time, none of them is good all the time, but they are tools to be used. I want you just to begin to understand your own criteria for when you might choose each of these. I have some in the manual, but I want you to kind of think about your own. There is a 5-step model for collaboration. We think about collaboration, oftentimes people confuse it with compromise. I'll go into more detail about that. But I want you to understand, what does it actually take to get 2 people to collaborate? And the heart of collaboration is the word interests. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how do you uncover the interests. We often think of conflict as purely external. It's between me and somebody else. And that's clear. You know, oftentimes we want something from somebody else and they don't or can't give it to us, and so there's a conflict. But we often ignore the fact that conflicts often begin internally. So if I'm I own a business and I also have a family, sometimes there's a conflict because what I want and need is both to take care of my business and to take care of my family. What I have is I have to choose. I don't want that, and it becomes uncomfortable. Sometimes internal conflicts get acted out as if they were external. So if I have a conflict over whether or not to stay at my business until 7 o'clock and get the books done, or go home and cook dinner for my family, sometimes my husband calls and says, "What are we doing for dinner?" A simple, innocent question, right? My internal conflict gets projected out and it becomes an external conflict, which is the situation where you have both. So part of learning about conflict is to recognize it's not just about other people. It's about what's going on inside of us that we sometimes put outward. In a nutshell, the interests are the unmet needs, the needs that people are trying to satisfy. So you identify the interests, people's goals, and then you reframe the problem. So you take it from an either-or to a both-and situation. That is right there. That's the nutshell of collaboration. If you walk out of here thinking, oh, okay, that's their position, now let me find out what their interests are, you will have taken a huge step. So a position is the action or solution that each person wants. It's often the very first thing they say. Well, here's what I want you to do. Here's how I want you to fix that. Here's the solution that I want. The interest is the need that they are trying to satisfy through this position. Okay? So if you think of the image of the tree, the position is the part that you see. It's obvious, it's out there, it's very visible. The interests are the needs that are underneath. And just like the roots of a tree, you often can't see them. Okay? You have to kind of dig in order to understand them. This is a quote from Stephen Covey: "Seek first to understand and then to be understood." Simply walking into a situation and trying to figure out what is the other person's interest, what are their interests, where are they coming from, how do they see the situation, before you come in to help them, understand your content. Just that can change the tone of a conflict and can help resolve this. And so it's one of those things where, okay, somebody has to be the grown-up. Which of us is, okay, I'm going to be the grown-up. I'm going to let you go first through the door, and then I'm going to come next.